Today we'll be working on building a simple shelf. This is a good project for 4th and 5th graders. Maybe it's one of their beginner projects. It doesn't require many tools and materials, and the prep is pretty easy. What you'll need is always sandpaper. The wood you'll need is a 1x6, okay? It doesn't really matter how long you make this. I usually make it around between 13 and 14 inches. As long as you make it a 1.25 inch, 1 1/4 inch at least longer than the back. So you need another piece of 1x6 that's a little bit shorter, okay, than this one. And I will lay it out, 2 side pieces, 1x4s. They can be any length between 6 and 9 inches long, however you want your shelf to look. But in the layout, I'll tell the students that it's kind of like doing a dry run. You want to lay it out, just like you're going to do the project. Then I asked them, okay, where do I need to put a fastener? If we're going to use nails, where do I need to put the nails to hold this together? Well, I need one right about here, okay, and right about here, and on the other side as well. And they won't always get it. They may just tell you one place, but they usually get that something needs to go in, a nail needs to go in here and go into the back. We'll drill our pilot holes. Now, what does a pilot do for an airplane? Pilot drives the plane, it steers it. Okay, your pilot hole is going to steer your nail, your screw, or whatever you're piloting for. And this is important because wherever you drill that pilot hole is where that fastener is going to go. And it's important to note that. We want it to go right down through this top board, and we want it to fasten it to this bottom one, okay? Therefore it has to go in this way and go into the second board, else it's not fastening right, okay? So if you're teaching a group of kids, 30, 20, or 25, 20, something like that, then what I would do is have all of them start sanding and then call them up. If they have no experience using the drills, have them mark their sides and bring them up. I would have them come maybe 4 at a time, and you can call on which 4 come to the front of the room. And then I set up a 4x4, as I'll show you here. Okay, so once everyone gets started sanding, if it's the first time the class has used drills, rather than pass out all the drills that I have or impact drivers to students and let them just begin, I'll set up a drilling station like this. I usually have 2 drills at least up here, one over here, one over here. I sit right here so it can be almost one-on-one. I usually call up 4 students at a time. That way the 2 right here preparing and pre-drilling, and then 2 can be standing right behind them and see. The ones that are on deck can watch and they can see what they're going to do next, and then they come up and go. But I'll have them come up, and while one of them's clamping and getting ready, they show me that they've marked their pilot holes. I'll help them clamp their wood to the 4x4. It's just a 4x4 pressure treated piece of wood. I always tell them, you're not going to drill anything that's in your hand, in your lap, or anything like that. So I'll have them, and I'll even hold the students, I'll even let them hold the drill and pull the trigger, but for the first time, I'll actually hold the drill and do the down and up, okay? But I just have them come in, drill their pilot holes, okay? Sit it down. I always have them sit it on the side, not like this because it's easier to knock off. And then while the student over here is taking this clamp off and putting their other piece on, I move over here and I work with this student. So it's a way to get in one-on-one work with the drill, with students using drills. If you have a student that's really good at it, seems really comfortable, eventually I'll say, okay, I want you to man this station right here, and they will help the students. And they will give them the coaching tips like hold your drill straight up and down, pull straight up, and that kind of thing. So it gives the students an opportunity to be leaders also. They're going to line this up flush, where the partner comes in, very helpful for students to get this correct. They usually work well with the partner and like helping each other, but it's definitely, you can use one here. Now, wood glue is an adhesive. The wood glue will hold this project together once it dries without fail. But we put the nails in to hold it in place until the wood glue dries. But kids can make a mess with this, but just tell them put a little amount, okay, a little line across there. and then I have them smear it in with their finger. Okay. Once you have the wood glue on there, before you start to nail, this is a key part, and this is something I forget sometimes, but I always have them do this. Rather than have to hold your wood in place, hold your hammer and hold your nail in place, I have them go ahead and start their nail right here in the hole that they pre-drilled. This way they don't have to hold on to it, okay? Very important, very helpful. Now I can hold this in place, flush with the top and the back. The holder is about as important as the hammer. In this case, once I have that one, I can let go of that, and I don't have to worry about holding this back one flush, okay? Now our sides are on. I'm going to show you though a common mistake the students make and how to fix it. I don't always tell them, I don't show them immediately how to fix it. I let them try to wrestle with it for a minute or two sometimes. But if they drill their pilot hole, and this happens all the time, that's why I'm showing you this. If they drill their pilot hole like this, and here's what's going to happen. This happens all the time. They could do it to the outside, okay? It may come through. So a lot of times it won't come through that easy to get out, okay? That was pretty easy to get out. Now I have the students put the top on. Like I said, you can leave it a little wider if you like. It's really up to you. I usually try to choose sizes that will come out pretty evenly without a whole lot of waste on my wood. I usually have them put one here, in the middle of the top and the back. And then usually you can get by with one here and one here. Now, again, you can do your stations to have them drill their pilot holes and have them come up one at a time, or you maybe, if it's a little more advanced class, you've had a class where they practice using the drill, you can have them just do it like this. Okay. You need to make sure that they were comfortable using the tool, and we're going to use it safely. Most of them have a very healthy respect for the tools. We're going to put our wood glue on, kind of conservatively, because when students think how much they need, they tend to have a big appetite for using the glue. I'm going to put this in place, hold it flush with the back, on the back, hold it even, so when it's against the wall, it'll hold up. There you have it. But they can hang it on the wall, put some screws in here or some hooks, and hang a hat or a coat or whatever they want to, and then put a few things on top. If you want to let them paint it, they can paint. A lot of students like to paint it, but it's for them to take home. It's a simple shelf.